Good afternoon, everyone. It is January the 8th. It's a Thursday. 48 hours from playoff football. Less than that. We're kicking off playoff football with the LA Rams at the Carolina Panthers. I will be watching that. Very, very excited for playoff football. But before we get to any of that, let's talk about some of the head coaching, firings, interviews that has happened around the league. Let's start with the big one, Harbaugh. Reports have indicated he is declining to take any interviews until the beginning of next week. His brother Jim seems to think he's NFC bound. More reports on that as news comes out. Kevin Stefanski interviewed yesterday for the Giants job. I missed that on yesterday's podcast. Todd Bowles and Zach Taylor have been told they're returning. Now, I thought Mike McDaniels was returning, but we'll get to that in a moment. Former Dallas head coach, I don't know if he was a head coach, but he was a staffer, is interviewing Friday for the Titans job. It would be such a Titans thing for them to hire him. I know if they did, Titans fans would be livid. On to the firings of today. The big one, obviously, Mike McDaniels from the Dolphins has been let go. The owner I thought I heard a report of him staying in Miami and being able to help decide on that general manager job. According to Adam Schefter, they met with the owner this morning and he was released of his duties. Now, Bucs offensive coordinator Josh Grizzard, the Liam Cohen replacement, fired this morning. Obviously, the Liam Cohen left a huge hole. I'm surprised that Todd Bowles is still employed. I feel like he has done an awful job of coaching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had that one. They punt on the other side of the 50 on 4th and short all of the time. It's mind-boggling. Analytics say go for it. I know analytics aren't everything all the time, but he punts. He is so conservative, and unfortunately, being conservative in this league does not get you to the playoffs, and we see why. They were eliminated yesterday. Not yesterday. They were eliminated on Sunday, and I believe Todd Bowles was a big component of them having such a downward spiral of a season. I will get to final season grades after the Super Bowl and on to off-season stuff once that comes around. That's all the coaching news. Some player news. Max Crosby, we all heard about him storming out of the Raiders facility. Very upset when they placed him on IR. Everybody thought he was they were faking his injury. We knew he was dealing with an injury. We didn't know how serious it was. He posted that video of him, dribbling around with the basketball and, posted that picture with him jumping on the trampoline with his daughter. Well, we got confirmation today. Max Crosby underwent surgery on his knee. It appears to be a meniscus trim. So the Raiders probably won't be fined or punished for putting him on IR. And I put in quotations, selling the tank. Other news around the league. Rashee Rice coming out with some. The Chiefs came out saying they were aware of some allegations. Apparently, he's under fire for domestic abuse. Not too sure. He had the car crash. He can't seem to stay out of the trouble. I think it might be time for the Chiefs to let him go. Another player who has found himself in some legal trouble, the Commanders' Marshon Lattimore, was arrested for carrying a concealed firearm without a permit. Now, he's been released from jail and is out a free man right now, but a 9mm Glock has been booked into evidence. He might be facing some charges. On to the draft. Some pretty big draft news for you guys. Arvell Reese has declared for the draft, officially declared for the draft this morning. I don't know if you guys have seen any tape on him. That dude flies around. I mean, people are saying he's, top 3, especially top 5. Jeremiah Love seems to be the most highly ranked prospect. Arvell Reese right behind him. I mean, he's just a stud. Flies to the ball. So many tackles this year. A good amount of sacks. I believe his pass rush could use a little work, but I will get more on the mock drafts again after the Super Bowl. That is peak mock draft season. Now, I wanted to do playoff predictions today, but for now, we are going to go on to the injury report for the Bears, and I have some big news. Good news for the Chicago Bears. Let's start with the Packers injury report. Zach Tom finished Thursday's practice with the did not participate. From what I heard, LaFleur seems to think he'll go, but he is questionable. Nick Niemann also questionable with a pectoral issue. Dontavion Wicks hasn't cleared concussion protocol yet. They've been real hard on that. He's questionable to go. Malik Willis, LaFleur said he will be available to back up. Injury report says he's questionable. Same with Javon Bullard and Warren Brinson. They were limited all week and are questionable to go. Now, the Bears. CJ Gardner-Johnson dealing with a concussion. Ogbagamiga also dealing with a concussion. Found out he suffered that, I guess, in practice. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka missing his second week in a row with a concussion. Those 3 will miss the NFC wildcard game. Getting a little worried about Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. This is his second straight miss. He has not practiced at all. On to the questionables. The 2 guys coming off IR. Kyler Gordon finishes the week strong with a full practice. He's questionable. Dennis Allen's making it sound like he's ready to go, and he's going to be part of that Bears defense for this NFC wildcard game. Braxton Jones, a depth piece for left tackle. He has had full practices all week. Not sure why he's questionable, but I assume he will be ready to go. Let's get on to the 2 big ones. Rome Odunze and Ozzie Trapillo. Both finished the week with full participations in practice and have no injury designation, which means they are ready to go. They are going to play on Saturday. Nick McLeod dealing with an illness, also ready to go. DJ Moore, no injury designation, and Jade Walker, also no injury designation. Now, I have some news for people who were paying attention to the draft this year. Some of you might have remembered we selected a man by the name of Za Frazier in the 5th round this year. Not long after he had told management that he would miss the entire year, and he was placed on the PUP list. Some good news has come out of that. It seems on his story today, he posted medically cleared. Sounds like he will be ready to go for year 2. Glad to have some corner depth. We've needed it this year, but I'm not going to get upset with him dealing with whatever he was dealing with. I'm glad he's okay. I don't wish injuries on anybody. We're glad he's coming back. Some roster moves that may have gone unnoticed. The Bears have signed linebacker Jalen Reeves-Maybin to the practice squad and placed Ty Summers on practice squad injury reserve. So it seems he's gotten hurt in practice, but he doesn't show up on the injury report due to him being a practice squad player. Now, a few days ago, I think it's been about a week at this point, the Bears 2026 opponents were released, and this looks really scary. At home, we've got the typical NFC North. We will play the Tampa Bay Bucks at home. We'll play the Philadelphia Eagles again, but we'll play them at home this time. The first place Jags in the AFC South. We'll play the Jets. We'll play the Patriots, and we'll play the Saints. On to the away games, our NFC North rivals, Buffalo, Seattle. Big games. This is that dreaded first place schedule that you guys knew was coming. But there's some softer opponents. We have Miami. We have the Falcons. We have the Panthers. Now, Falcons can be scary when they don't have an absolute bumbling moron at head coach. Now, it's Thursday. I'm not sure if I'm going to have an upload for Friday, so we'll do this now. Playoff predictions for the wild card weekend. For Panthers-Rams, the Rams are 10.5 point favorites right now. I am taking the Rams to win that one, but I'm taking the Panthers to cover the spread. I don't think the Panthers lose by 11 points. I mean, the Panthers upset them earlier this year. We all remember that. The big shock. Bryce Young had a career game against them, honestly, and Matthew Stafford just looked really uncomfortable back there. On to Eagles-Niners. Philadelphia opens up as 5.5 point favorites. I agree with that. I am going to take Eagles to win that game. The Eagles just have a really good defense. Now, their offense has yet to figure it out. They were having a rough time. Everybody was calling for Kevin Patullo's head. I don't know if you guys watched the Bears game, but the chants in the crowd were just awful. And every third down, if they didn't convert, the stadium was just filled with boos. I mean, the Bears basically had a glorified home game. We'll skip the Bears and Packers, and we'll come back to that at the end. I'm going to go in-depth on that one. Moving on, we have the Steelers and the Texans. Houston opens up as 3-point favorites. I agree with that. I'm taking Houston. The Steelers, they have too many holes on defense. They paid so many guys, and the defense just hasn't been that great. I mean, they just Zay Flowers went crazy on them last week. Obviously, with the Tyler Luke missed field goal, Aaron Rodgers playoff magic. Could they pull it off? Absolutely. On to Jacksonville and the Bills. This is another pick'em game. Buffalo opens up as 1.5-point favorites, but the betting odds are so close on this. And I mean, the Bills just such a weak defense. I believe they're bottom of they're bottom 5 in the league in rushing defense. I mean, and Travis Etienne quietly had an 1,100-yard rushing season. Trevor Lawrence is playing some of his best ball. He's showing flashes of what we saw he could have been coming out of Clemson. And Josh Allen also been playing some of his best ball. I mean, he's had 2 6-touchdown games this season. And I believe if he can pull another one out, that he's going to win this game. But I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars just because that defense is so good. I mean, they're top of the league in takeaways behind the Bears. They take the ball away really well. They rush the passer really well. Josh Hines Allen, such a beautiful pass rusher. It's hard to pick against the Bills because I love Josh Allen so much, but I'm going to take the Jags to win that game. Patriots Chargers. New England opens up at 3.5-point favorites. I'm taking the Chargers. I mean, Justin Herbert played great down the stretch. And that defense is so good. I mean, I just love watching Khalil Mack and Tui Pelotu fly off the edges. I mean, that D-line is something else. And their secondary is really good as well. Obviously, they've got some huge holes at O-line. This is one of the worst O-lines in the playoffs. They have a lower O-line rating, PFF rating. They have a lower PFF rating than when Eli Manning won the Super Bowl in 2011. So, last time there was a rating that low, they won the Super Bowl. Could Justin Herbert become the Super Bowl champion? I doubt it. But I'm going to pick Chargers here, and on to Bears-Packers. This is a pick'em game. I talked about this yesterday, but I didn't really go into detail. For the Bears to win this game, the offense needs to play more than the fourth quarter. If the offense can play the first through third quarter, like they play in the fourth quarter, this is Chicago's game. I mean, putting up 19 points. Even the week we lost, they put up 21 points in Lambeau. And they had Lambeau on the edge of their seat. The home team has won every time. I'm taking the Bears, but not by much. Dennis Allen going to have to make some big-time adjustments. It's nice he's going to have Kyler Gordon back, but he's missing his guy and C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You know, they were buddies in New Orleans. But I mean, Dennis Allen's going to have to make some sort of adjustments here. The defense is not playing well. I mean, they allowed over 300 yards, over 400 yards in the last 2 games. I mean, the defense has been bend, don't break. but they've been broken over the last 2 weeks, and it's shown as we've went on a 2-game losing streak. The offense showed up in the Niners game, but that was against a weak San Francisco defense. No Fred Warner, no Nick Bosa. They had a lot of players on IR. Do I think that would have changed had they come back? No, I still think that's a really fundamentally weak defense. But the Bears, even more so, just Kyler Gordon, the coming back, I think that's going to be a game changer. Tyreek Stevenson hasn't seen the field a lot. Dennis Allen seems to think Deshaun Wright is playing, better. I highly disagree with that. Coordinator day was the other day, so they were interviewing coordinators. They basically said, Deshaun Wright's got the hot hands, keep him at the driver's seat. I disagree. I don't think he's had hot hands. He hasn't had a turnover in the last, 2 or so games. And he got exposed versus the Niners. Not Kevin Stefanski, Kyle Shanahan had that boy on skates out there. I mean, he had him flip-flopping his hips. And when he wasn't playing the outside, he was getting cooked across the middle. I mean, he had that guy on the Jawan Jennings touchdown. It's getting really. I mean, yeah, he's leading the league. He's one of the top guys in the league for takeaways. He was tied for second with like 6 other guys for interceptions. He's got a bunch of forced fumbles and fumble recoveries, but unfortunately, the hand has cooled off. And it's time for Tyreek Stevenson to learn playoff football. I think there should be more of a snap share between the two, especially with Kyler Gordon coming back. I think Deshaun Wright should see the field a lot less. Tyreek Stevenson's faster. Tyreek Stevenson, I feel, is better in coverage. I feel like he's, been humbled ever since that Hail Mary. God forsake Matt Eberflus. Glad he's jobless again. But, I think Tyreek Stevenson needs to see the field more. I've never thought that would be a statement I say. It's getting really hard to defend Deshaun Wright. And CJ Gardner-Johnson. He came in, made a huge impact for, 3 or 4 games, and then just got absolutely exposed during the Green Bay game. I mean, Christian Watson basically ran circles around that dude. And Christian Watson, really fast guy. I mean, he's got great straight line speed. I don't think he's a good route runner. I think he's just fast. That's why that slant went for a touchdown. I mean, you can't defend a guy who lets a quick slant, go for a touchdown. So I believe Tyreek Stevenson should see a lot more snaps. I don't see why not. Dennis Allen saying, Tyreek Stevenson's in the right mindset, then play him on the field. But I'm not sold on Deshaun Wright anymore, and some guys want to bring him back. I think he's going to be worth too much money. Deshaun Wright, please go get your bag. You've played great this season. You haven't been playing great within the last few games. Go get your bag, man. Do it somewhere else. But that will be more for the off-season video. But I saw a stat today that I want to bring up to you guys before I close out this video. The Bears and Packers, over 100 years of rivalry, they have only met in the playoffs twice. And the series is 1-1. And whoever won that game went on to win the NFC Championship. This is not only for the season series, but this is for the playoff series too. The all-time playoff series. With that, bear down. I hope you guys have a great night. I will see everybody Saturday after the game. Let's go get a win.